Okay, hi everyone. Shout out to Michael Nicholas's parents for the Fresh Expo markers. It's going to be helpful today. So today I'm going to talk to you about Module 4, Lessons 28. But before I do that, I want to overview 26. 26 was very important because it showed you the foundation of what they wanted them to have. So I'm going to use an exemplar with just one number problem showing you how to answer it in many different ways. So the number problem we're going to use is 19 plus 15. So to break it down, the concept down, let's just say I'm gonna use 10 sticks. So I have, stop calling my name and go to sleep. I have my 10 stick and my 9 ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's 19. Then I have my 15. That's my 10, my 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the concept I want you to get is to be able to break the smaller number down to add to the bigger number. So the easiest way to do that is to take a 10 from my 15. So I'm going to take this and bring it over here. So now, technically, I have 10, 20, 9. So now, how many do I have left over here? 5. So I can say I have now 29 plus this 5. 29 plus 5 equals 34. So your answer is your 34. So that's how I would do it if I had blocks, or if I'm using the drawing method, as far as trying to figure out the concept of how they want you to think. So now I'm going to go into the number bond. You have 3 different ways that lesson 28 wants you to do your lesson. You're either going to do it by number bond, the arrow way, or drawing your 10s and your 1s. So if I'm going to draw my 10s, and there's 2 different ways we can do our number bond. And this is our number bonds. Here we'll have our arrow way. And here you have your drawing. So, pay attention, because here goes the roller coaster. And I want to try to break it down into steps for you guys. Okay. So step 1. Step 1 is to always break down a smaller number. So you're always going to break down the smaller number. So if I'm breaking down a smaller number, my smaller number is going to be the 15, right? So I'm going to break down my smaller number. 15 is going to break down into, the first one is going to be 10 and 5. That's the first way. The first one is going to be 10 and 5. So I will take 10 and 5. I'm gonna make it a little bigger so you guys can see. I have my 10 and my 5. Your second step, use these colors so you guys can see. My second step is to add this 10, because that's the easiest way to add is using our 10. Our second step is to add the 10 and the 19 together. Once you have the 10 and 19 together, I automatically know 10 plus 19 is 29. So now I have 29 plus whatever is left. Whatever is left is what? Your 5. So I would say 29. So wait, my first number sentence will be, of course, 19 plus 10 equals 29. That's your first number sentence that you're going to write from your second step. The next one, you're going to add, you're going to bring that 29 back around. So now you have 29 plus, cannot forget your 5. Your 5 is left. Plus your 5. That's the only thing you have left to add, because remember, we killed that 15. You ripped it apart into 10 and 5. So the only thing you have left is your 5. 29 plus 5. Let's just say I do not know how to solve 29 plus 5. Cool. We can break it down even further. So if I wanted to, so your third step would be step number 3 would be to break down this 5. If I break down 5, this is how I'm going to think. What does 29 need to be whole? For you to be able to add it, you can make it into a 10. So 29 needs one more to be able to make 30 in order to easily add. So remember, we're trying to get numbers that is going to make this easier to add on. So I would add one more. 29 needs one more. And if I have 5 and I take 1 from my 5, I only have 4 left. Got it? So now 29 and 1 make 30. So now you have 30 plus whatever you got left, because you remember you killed your 5, you took it apart, you sliced it and diced it into 1 and 4. You only have 4 left. So 30 plus 4 equals 34. Now, that's one of the ways you can do it. Another way, which I find is a little easier, same concept, except instead of taking 10 away or adding 10, you are going to just try to make whatever your big number a 10, period. So let's go back. I have 19 plus 5, or 15 again. First step is always the same. My first step is to break down my smaller number. This time is different though. This time I'm going to break down my smaller number so that this number can be a 10. So 19, how many does it need to become a 10? 19 needs one more to become 20. 20 is a 10. 10, 20, 30, 40. That's what I mean when I say 10. So 1, if I take 1 from 15, I have 14 left. So 1 and 14. So we're done with that 15. That's it. Period. So now we have our second step. Our second step, step 2, is to add our 19 plus 1. So we know 19 plus 1 equals 20. All right, that ain't it. We still have this number left that we have to add to it. So now we have to come back around. Like I told you guys, we can't leave this hanging. We're going to bring this right back to the front. And now we have 20 plus what's left? 14. So now I have to say 20 plus 14. But 14 is sure a big number to add to 20. Mind you, parents, this step 3 is for students who are struggling or don't get it. Make sure everybody tries it out. But if they skip step 3, I'm not upset. I'm not mad. It's just something extra to help them so that they can understand the concept of how these are added to kind of quickly help them in their mind add big numbers together. So now we have 20 plus 14. Here we go to step 3. Step 3. Break my 14 down. I'm going to break my 14 down the easiest way I can. In order to keep this a 10, I have to add a 10. So this would be 10 and 4. 14 breaks down to 10 and 4. So now you can add, which should have been a step 4. So now my step 4 will be to add this 20 plus 10. Now I know that 20 plus 10 equals 30. And what do you have left? That 4. Your last step, which will probably be a step 5, is to circle this all the way back around. Remember, bring this 30 back to the front. Step 5, add that 4. That's your final step. 30 plus this 4 equals 34. Now, students, I want you to tell me what was the difference. Tell me the difference between this one, this number line, and this number line. Which one is easier for you to solve? I want you to try solving both of them. Whenever you're doing something, whenever you're doing them, I want you to try one problem one way, the other problem another way, whenever you're doing them. So that way you can kind of see which one that you like, which one is more favorable to you. So you have this side, the number bind, you're breaking your small number into a 10. The second number bind problem, you're breaking this smaller number up still, but you're trying to make this into a 10. In order to make this into a 10, remember our 10s is 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, and so on. I need one more to make this into 20. So 19 plus 1 equals 20. Can't forget about my 14. 20 plus 14, I don't really know. So I have to break it down even further. So I'm going to say 10 and 4. I'm still trying to stay with the 10, so it makes it easier. So 10 plus 20 now equals 30. And I got to finish it off. 30 plus 4 equals 34. Make that green. Trying to stay color coded so you guys can see. Okay. Now we have our. I'm going to show you the arrowway next. for 19 plus 5. I'm sorry, 15. So now our 19 plus 15 grab my book. So if I had 19 plus 15, the first thing I'm going to do is start with, it's just like if we were to do a number line. To me, the arrow way is a little bit more mental. You write it out, but it's a little more mental than the other ones. So let me see, I'm going to keep using purple for step 1. So step 1 would be to use your 19 to start off. So I would say 19, and then I'd have my arrow. In this arrow space, you're going to say what you're adding. 19 plus what? You say 19 plus 10. Remember, you got that 10 from this number. Your second step is going to be, you automatically know you're going to take that 10. So you're going to say plus 10. Where should you get that 10 from? Our 15. So 19 plus 10, I know, is 29. Second step is to take 10. So 19 plus 10 is 29. Draw your other arrow because you're not done. All you did was take a 10. There's still something left. Now I have to add whatever is left over, which is my 5. That is your third step. Your third step is to take off this 5. So now I'm going to say plus 5. I know 29 plus 5 equals 34. That's how arrowway works. Arrowway seems very much shorter, but it's a little challenging if you don't know your mental math as far as going for the 29 plus 5. Even if you don't know 29 plus 5, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34. All right, next we're going to do the drawing 10s and 1s. Now, the concept for drawing 10s and 1s is so that you can see if it makes a 10. So that check box on your problem set is basically if you found the 10. That's the only time you're going to check that box is if you found the 10 when you drew. And I don't want you to draw for every question. I'm going to tell you which questions you're going to draw. Yes, all of them are going to be drawn. I don't want to make it too easy, but 19 plus 15. Let's go. Same way. I have my 10, and I'm going to draw 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Then I have 15. My 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, this is what I want you to look for. Your step 1, without a given, is to draw. But the step 1, after you have drawn what you need, you are going to find, so number 1, find 10. That's your job. So if it was me, I would think, So if I'm looking at my 1s and I need to see if I can see another 10, I'm going to go start with my biggest number. Because of course, it's easier to count up if you already have So if I have 9 here, how many more would I need from over here to make a 10? So I would say, I would grab 1 more from this side. That's how I want it to look. If you're I want you to grab from the other side and start with your biggest number. I know 19 is the biggest number. So I'm gonna look at my ones, my 9 place. I only need 1 more from 15. So I grabbed 1 and I made another 10. So now you know, now you can actually, in that little box, check that box off and say that you actually made a 10. And then you can actually see there's no other steps. There's only step 1, it's to find 10. Okay? Once you did that, all you're doing now, your step 2, is to count. So step 1, find 10. Step 2, count. Let me show you how you're supposed to count. So of course, we're going to count our 10s first now. I have 10, 20, the one I found, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34. So I know that 19 plus 15 equals 34. Now, this is a lot, I understand. This is why I tried to color code it. You can snap a picture of this if you like, so that you can kind of see exactly what's going on and try to follow. I hope I did it the best way I could, so that you can kind of understand the different steps and how to take them, the differences between them. When you do the number binds, you're always going to break up the smaller number. You're going to start with that smaller number. When you come over here and you do the arrow way, as you can see, I want them to keep the bigger number in mind because it makes sense. If I'm going to start and I'm going to add to my bigger number for 19, I already started at the beginning. And for your drawing, you're going to, of course, go to your bigger number to try to count on to get to 10. Okay? So your job is to find 10, count. Your job is to take your 10, then take your 5. Here, you're going to count on till you get to a 20 or a 10 number. Like we got to 20. Here, you're going to break your smaller number up into a 10 and whatever is left. And that is how you're going to solve the problem. I also have an easier anchor chart if that will help, that I can make or a picture that I can post. But that is the gist of lesson 28. You are going to do certain problems differently. So if I may go to lesson 28. If you've already done this in your workbook packet, sorry. But if you haven't, I'm going to post what I think is an editable version. Please contact me and let me know if you cannot write in it. It should already have number bond arrows so that they should be able to add a text box under those arrows. After you add your text box under your arrows that you need, then you're going to show me the problems. I want to see each one. I want to see your 19 plus 29. I want to see your 29 plus 5. I want you to break it down. Show me your steps because I need to know that you understand how this is supposed to work. So if I may, go ahead and give you the problems that you're going to do. So for your number binds, really the arrow way, just do 2A. So for the arrow way, the only ones you're going to do for the arrow way is 2 second out of the way. For your drawings is just going to be 1A and B. That's your drawings. Your number binds will be everything else. Remember, on page 1, you have to check off if you found a new 10. It does not matter what you found. What I am expecting for some of my students, I want to see you break it up. The most important part of these number binds is how you broke it up to solve. So if you have, for instance, C, we can do C together. I'm going to just take a picture. So, if we look at C, C says 19 plus 21. What number will we break up? Correct, we break up 19. So if I broke up 19, what would I break it up into? If I wanted to break it up the first way that I did it. 10 and 9, that's right. So I will use 10 and 9. So I automatically know, if I'm doing mental math, that 10 plus 21 equals 31. Now I have to add that 9. 31 plus 9, I know 1 and 9 makes 10. So 31 plus 9 equals 40. So I did find a new 10. If you were to draw this, you would find a new 10 because 9 plus 1, think about it, 19 plus 21. If I have my ones placed, I found a new 10. 9 plus 1 makes 2. So I would check that box off. You have to do D, E, and F on your own to make sure they make a new 10. Look at your ones placed, people. Because if your ones placed adds up to a 10, then you know that you found a new 10. And that's how I want you to go so far and so on. I want you to pay attention. Pay close attention because I want this one broke down. It's 2F. 2F is important. That is going to be your challenging one to challenge you. 18 plus 18. Because I want you to break 18 up into 10 and 8 because they're the same thing. So you either one would be broken up, but only one. So you break it up, and of course you break it up into 10 and 8. I want 8 broken down as well. I want you to break down 8 as well to make it easier for yourself. So if you were to break 8 down, you're going to break 8 down. 18 plus 18. I have 10 and 8. And my 8 will be broken down into 2 and 6. And of course, you know, you're going to add 1 and then add the other later. This is a challenging one. If you cannot solve this one or you can't get it, given with the numbers that I just given you, don't worry about it. But that is your challenge questions. Those are what you'll have to do. I expect the whole page for page 1 to be done. And I want you to try your hardest for 2. Once you get to F and you can't finish F, then you can stop there. I hope this has been helpful. Please, if you have any questions, comments, or concerns about anything that was done today, let me know.